Good evening to my gentle viewing audience. It's your man Shane Black coming back out of retirement one more time. You see, with millions of myopic motherfuckers who happen to belong to the same race as I do, well, there's just not much I can do when I see some prominent black individual write some of the stupidest, uninformed bullshit that I have read in a while. Now that individual is LeBron James, and prominent in the world of athletics. Let's see what he tweeted out about that shooting of Jacob Blake. And y'all wonder why we say what we say about the police. Someone please tell me, WTF is this? Exactly. Another black man being targeted. This shit is so wrong and so sad. Feel so sorry for him, his family, and our people. We want justice. Now, yes, Jacob Blake was shot in the back like 7 times, point blank range, in Kenosha, Wisconsin, yesterday. What is that? Fucking 23rd of August. However, that was not the beginning of the story. That was the end. I'd hate to go to the movies with LeBron if his black ass jumped straight to the end of the fucking movie without watching the beginning like he did with this. I put the link in the description box. Check it out. Jacob Blake struggled with the police on the passenger side of the car. He managed to wriggle free, walk around the passenger side, across the front of the car, then down the driver's side of the car, and then went to go reach it in the car. All the while the police are telling him to stop. A lawful instruction. They say stop, you stop. He chose not to obey that lawful instruction. So what happened, which is why I didn't give a fuck what happened. I would have come out of retirement for this bullshit. But when you have people like LeBron James, Alvin Kamara, Donovan Mitchell, Milwaukee Bucks organization sending out tweets as if the problem with blue or black violence is initiated by the men and women in blue, well, fuck you. He got his Gatorade, I got my special hydrating liquid. Hold on. You can't solve the problem, or you can't solve a problem, any problem, if you exclude vital information. You need to have all of the information in order to solve the problem. Let me bring up some additional cases for you. Do you remember Walter Scott? I do. He was the one that was running from the cop. The cop was probably about a half mile of Montana Street. He left that motherfucker in the dust. So the officer shot Walter Scott. And he was subsequently convicted, the officer. But Walter Scott was shot because he ignored instructions and ran. Let me bring it up a little bit. Let me bring it more recent. Was that Rayshard Brooks? He was shot as well because just like Jacob Blake, he struggled with the police and ran. He did not follow instructions. And now let's look at the big one. Let's look at George Floyd. Now, This one, it's just slightly different because I do care in that the knee on the neck for that extended period of time, there's no justification for that. However, that part of the incident began because he did not comply with the orders when put in the back of the car. Oh, I'm claustrophobic, this, that, and the other thing. Individuals like LeBron and Donovan Mitchell, well, LeBron James and Donovan Mitchell, they are dangerous. They're dangerous to their children. They're dangerous to your children if your children look up to them as some kind of idols and hang upon their every word, because their words are fucking stupid, and ignore the root problem here. The root problem, which is, I'll even simplify it. It doesn't work all the time, but it's close enough. Comply or die. Simple as that. If they say stop, why don't you just stop? They have courts to figure out who is right and who is wrong. And yes, the system, even though Lady Justice is holding the scales like this, the system is weighted towards a prosecution. They ain't gonna lie about that shit. But I'm talking about life or death on the street. Even if you're wrongly convicted, maybe, possibly, eventually, you will be exonerated. But that fight on the street, holding court in the street, having your case heard on the street, 99.9% of the time, that's a case you're going to lose. And if you lose that case, there's a very good possibility you're going to lose your life. So what I have to say to LeBron James, Alvin Kamara, Donovan Mitchell, all the other players and organizations who are painting this incident as if it's an example of police targeting black men, police taking the opportunity to kill black people. Ask yourself this one simple question. Would Jacob Blake have been shot if he had complied with the legal, lawful orders of the law enforcement officers? The answer is no. So anything that comes after that, I put the responsibility squarely where it belongs. It doesn't matter whether you're black, white, orange, or yellow. You got what you got because you didn't do what you were supposed to do. You athletes, shut the fuck up before you get more black children, black adults, black women killed. You're dumb.